Emmerdale. Does Cain have cancer? 8 huge questions after Coriale. What's next after the shocking soap crossover? If you're anything like us, you are still reeling after Coriale. The epic soap crossover between Coronation Street and Emmerdale was jam-packed with shock storyline twists, jaw-dropping plot outcomes, and the start of some gripping new sagas which will play out over the coming months as we all try to digest everything that's happened. We're breaking down 8 burning questions that we've been left with on the Emmerdale side. Has Cain got cancer? Our hearts are absolutely breaking for the Dingles following the devastating discovery and a scan that Cain could have cancer. He may have survived the horror crash and even survived being accidentally shot in the scuffle to catch killer John, but only time will tell whether Cain can get through the next few months. I cannot handle this. Cain Dingle is the indestructible force of nature in the village. To survive a bullet only to face a mass on his lung, it is the cruelest twist imaginable. If we lose Cain, we lose the heart of the show. Will Cain and Moira stay united? Moira was by Cain's side when he received the concerning news over his health, which is sure to bring back bad memories. It wasn't that long ago that Moira went through her own health crisis, which tested her marriage to Cain to its limits. Will they be strong and united through the journey to come, or could history repeat itself? Could Moira still find herself distracted by other matters, especially with the police closing in on her regarding Celia's trafficking ring? How is Graham still alive? 6 years ago, we saw gruesome Graham Foster murdered by Piers Harris, or so we thought. Perhaps the biggest bombshell in Coriale was the reveal that the Emmerdale hardman had somehow survived being run over, shoved off a bridge, and battered by a torch in 2020's memorable Whodunit. Graham Foster is basically Rasputin. The man was dead, cremated and buried. Seeing him in that van was the shock of the century. Is he a zombie, a clone, or just the hardest man to ever walk the earth? It looks like he's a hitman for hire now, but seeing beloved surrogate son Joe in Hot and General stopped him in his tracks. Will he reunite with the young Tate he practically raised and explain how he's still breathing? What will Graham's return mean for Kim? Kim Tate has had a quieter time at home farm recently, only being forced to contend with lower-scale dramas like Lydia's betrayal and the sad death of Ice the horse. But the return of her dead ex-husband is sure to change that instantly. The actress playing Kim previously teased a huge 2026 story for her legendary character, and it looks like she wasn't exaggerating. There's more drama in store for Kim in the new year, and this could turn her world upside down, she said shortly before Christmas. It's all very, very exciting and very secretive. Queen Kim definitely knows she was the only one at his funeral. She must have faked his death to save him from prison or enemies. If Graham walks back into home farm, the power dynamic is going to shift massively. I cannot wait. Who pays the price for John's death? The shocking truth about how killer John ended up lifeless in the woods sets off a game-changing chain of events for the Sugdens. With Victoria set to leave Emmerdale soon for a break, is her baddie brother's demise paving the way for a shock exit? Will she go to prison for saving her family, or are there more twists in the tale? Will Sarah and Jacob discover the truth about Charity's baby? Mac risked lives in a desperate attempt to tell Sarah her gran might not be carrying her miracle baby after all, post-crash. And if he recovers, will Mac remain determined to fill Sarah and Jacob in? Of course, he doesn't know the full story about Charity's one-night stand with Ross Barton, yet. That secret is a ticking bomb. If Sarah finds out her baby is actually Ross's child, the fallout will be nuclear. Charity has dug a hole so deep she might never climb out of it. Third time lucky for Robin, who didn't shed a tear at Rob's romantic roadside proposal amidst the wreckage and the fear. It was a moment of pure magic. The prospect of another Rob wedding gives us something to look forward to in 2026, but considering their history with disastrous nuptials, it's unlikely to be drama-free. And honestly, we wouldn't have it any other way. Rob Wedding 2026. Put it in the diary. I don't care if the venue burns down or aliens invade. As long as they say I do, I will be happy. They are endgame. How is Jode connected with Graham? Tied up in a van by Graham. The mysterious lady, Jode, was caught in the carnage but managed to free herself and ended up in hospital. We know she's linked to Coronation Street's Platt family and will be moving over to Weatherfield in follow-up episodes this week. But what is the true nature of her connection with Graham? Was he kidnapping her for money or something more personal? ITV soap boss Ian McLeod recently teased that the stories emerging from Coriale will pursue parallel lines, one in each show. So there's some degree to which those stories are in conversation with each other, but not literally, he explained. But with Graham involved, we suspect the mystery runs deep.